A very good evening from Hyderabad. Thanks a lot for your overwhelming response on the Ladakh vlogs. I'm getting a lot of queries on trilophilia, on the Ladakh, my experience, and also probably I'll be doing a 5-6 vlogs on specifically on Ladakh so that people can understand the reality of the travel that we have it in Ladakh. And most people don't talk about it really. Everyone talks about the nicest things over there, but people don't talk about the harshness of the climate and a lot of other things that people should be really careful about. So I don't mind sharing that on social media. So I'll be doing that probably, and there has been a lot of response for my vlogs and my and my for my vlogs on Ladakh specifically. So there has been a lot of response for my vlogs on Ladakh and a lot of queries on Instagram. So I think I'm very much overwhelmed by the love that you guys are showering on my videos. So I just wanted to do a small what's in my camera bag vlog, right? So after I come back from Ladakh, I wanted to do that, but for some reason it got postponed for a year, and here we are now almost a year after Ladakh. And so I just wanted to do that now because probably my Nikon is going to go out of the camera bag and it's going to be replaced by something else. I'll tell you in the future vlogs about it, but anyways, I'll start with that. So I have a camera kit that I always travel with. So wherever, if I'm going anywhere outside of Hyderabad, I make sure that I travel with my camera for sure. And there are a few things that I take with me and a few things that I don't. So depending on what kind of trip it is, and whether I'm going on a bike or a car or flight, so it all depends on that, right? But anyway, I'll show you the whole kit, whatever I have, and then you can ask me any questions in the comments below, because this is really important when you're going for a trip like Ladakh. That is the rawest form of nature that you can visit, and those memories needs to be captured, because it has been a year and you won't believe that even me and my friends still watch my vlogs to cherish those memories. We still get those goosebumps when we watch those vlogs. So I think this is a really important thing, that you capture your memories in a proper way. So I'll tell you some do's, some don'ts, something that you can carry, something you can't, right? And probably that will be really helpful for you Ladakh, and probably anywhere for the matter of fact, right? So I'll just show you my camera bag first. Okay, so first things first, so this is my camera bag. So this is a GoPro bag. If you can see, it is a GoPro bag. I think I got it around 6 to 7 years back when I got my Nikon, and this I got it for a pretty good deal for around 5,500 rupees or something. It is a little expensive side, but I got a deal that time, so I got this. But this is very bulky. I would not recommend this bag to anyone, but because if you can see the bag itself, right, when you load it with gear, it almost weighs 8 to 9 kgs easily. And and if you see my Ladakh vlogs, I was carrying these on my back, and my friends were really shocked that how are you carrying this on your back so heavy in Ladakh with the altitude, no oxygen and all. But I got used to it because I have been carrying camera bags for the past 2 decades. So this was my earlier camera bag. By Tamrak. So this thing, I had it when in the beginning, when I started my photography journey a couple of decades back. I used to have a small smartphone from Samsung, and then I came to a DSLR. I just got an Nikon D750 back then. This is still in very mint condition. I think I have shot around 67,000 photos with this, and it is still in working condition. So I don't want to sell this off, because this is kind of a memory that started me on this journey. So this is a very small backpack. This is very good enough for what you want, right? This is Tamrak bag, but it is very small, so people kind of start making fun of you that it's like a school bag, right? But that's all right. So let's go into the bag for this. So I'm just opening this up. So the plus point of this bag is you just wear it from the side. You can access the camera containers, and then basically this is what it is, right? So the first thing is this. So this is a 24 megapixel full frame sensor. So I won't open this. So I'm not one of those folks who open this and shows the sensor, because as many people are not aware, or probably they're aware but they are careless, is that generally there is a lot of static electricity that sits on the sensor when you're using this, and when you open this, it attracts a lot of dust, right? So I don't want to go into that whole process of getting it serviced again and again. So I really make sure that I keep this closed most of the times. Only when I'm changing my lens also, I'm very careful by how I change the lens and all. So this is actually a great full frame camera. It has a screen it has a screen that just tilts upwards. Just tilts upwards like this, but it's not that great. It's okay. It does the job, and it is actually one of the first Nikon's 35 video camera, right? So having said that, this has a great video options for it, but there's a big but. The big but is that the autofocus in this sucks. So how does it become a great camera, right? The question might be that. So it becomes a great camera when you plug in a lens, and then you have this manual ring for focusing, right? And this is, if you have seen the movies, what they would do, they have this manual gimbals wherein they attach a motor to this and they rotate this manually. So they all do that. So in that case, this is a great camera. But for people like us, for single hand usage and all, the autofocus sucks, and I will not recommend this camera to anyone who is into photography and video as well. So mostly for hobbies, I think this is not that a great camera, but the quality out of this is excellent, and you are really into great filmmaking, and you have a team that works together for making. I got it around I think 4-5 years back or so, I believe. When once I wanted to move to a full frame once I'm done with my crop sensor, because I am kind of a pro in cameras. I kind of do everything in manual, right? So this is the basic body of that, and this is a very great camera, and I'll definitely do a long term review of this camera for sure. And so this is my go-to camera for photos. This takes amazing pictures. It's a full frame, amazing pictures. Low light capability is really excellent. If you have followed my Instagram, you would have seen a lot of images on this. If you're not followed my Instagram, please do follow it as soon as possible. I think you will get a lot of content over there before YouTube. YouTube is generally a week or two late, because I'm kind of busy working once I'm back from a trip. But I put instant updates on Instagram. I'm very careful by how I change the lens and all. So this is actually a great full frame camera. It has a screen that just tilts upwards. Just tilts upwards like this, but it's not that great. It's okay. It does the job, and it is actually one of the first Nikon's 35 video camera, right? So having said that, this has a great video options for it, but there's a big but. The big but is that the autofocus in this sucks. So how does it become a great camera, right? The question might be that. So it becomes a great camera when you plug in a lens, and then you have this manual ring for focusing, right? And this is, if you have seen the movies, what they would do, they have this manual gimbals wherein they attach a motor to this and they rotate this manually. So they all do that. So in that case, this is a great camera. But for people like us, for single hand usage and all, the autofocus sucks, and I will not recommend this camera to anyone who is into photography and video as well. So mostly for hobbies, I think this is not that a great camera, but the quality out of this is excellent, and you are really into great filmmaking, and you have a team that works together for making films and all. This is great. And coming to the lens, right? So this is my main go-to lens, the 24-120 f4. So this was a kit lens that I got with the camera itself. So you need to know one thing, is this is one lens that never disappoints, right? So it has the standard f4 across 24-120. So it makes your job easy, because once you set your aperture, your shutter, and your ISO, you're good to go. So no matter which focal length you go, probably you should be you can use the same setting across the range, unless you go into darker area or in brighter area. So this is what I recommend. So anyone buying a full frame or probably an crop sensor also, highly recommended is getting a telephoto, whether it's a wide, ultra wide, super wide, or telephoto, whatever it is. Get a standard aperture lens across the range. It'll be expensive, but that is what you want to do. For newcomers, for newbies who are starting off with camera photography and all, so they can go with this variable aperture. So sometimes you must have seen like 18-55, 3.5 to 5.6 G or something like that. So the problem with that is you change the focal length, the aperture will change, and then you have to change the shutter speed accordingly. So that's a good thing for people who are learning at the beginning, but for experienced people, I think that's not it, because you need the shot and the shot is really important, and I don't think you can take the risk of changing so many parameters at the time of the shot, right? So that is something. So this is one great lens. So this is one lens that you can use all round. The f4 does a great job in low light as well. So if you need even more performance, you can go with the 24 to 70 f2.8. So that is the double the price of this, but that will be a great addition. So I'll talk about these lenses and how to select them in my next vlog. And then I have this prime. So this is a very cheap prime, so you can get it for a very low cost. It's a 50mm f 1.8G, and this is for the full frame. And this prime take great photographs, right? So this is one. So basically I have one f4, I have one 1.8. So basically I'm sorted out because I have one for portraits, I have one for nature and everything else. It goes very wide at 24 as well. So I'm sorted out with all these three. So that's what about my DSLR, guys. Are my photography gear for sure. And the one most important thing is the strap. So this is the strap that I use for my DSLR. This is a really very heavy DSLR. Okay, you carry this on your shoulder the whole day. I can guarantee you by the end of the day your shoulder will start aching. This is so heavy. And with this huge lens, it becomes even more heavier, right? So that's a big problem that I had in Ladakh, because already the altitude is so high and you don't have oxygen there. Carrying this on your shoulder with this bag is really a pain. And the most important thing is this is only purely for photo. This has video capabilities. The autofocus sucks in this. It is really bad. Autofocus is really bad for videos. So I don't recommend this for people who want a hybrid camera that is with a photo and a video, right? I don't recommend that. So coming to the strap, so this is a strap by Peak Design. So this is a company in the US. They are super expensive, but they are really great at in the terms of ergonomics and the feel, the way they feel on your shoulder, right? So this costed me around, I think, 11,000 rupees or so, 11 or 12,000 rupees back then. Even now you can find it for the same price. It is really expensive, but the most important thing is they come with tags like these, Peak Design tags, and you can just plug it in. You can just plug this in, remove it whenever you want, right? It's a very simple affair that you want to do, right? See, I just put it in this, push it, done, right? So that is done. So this is an amazing thing, and these comes with by default Arca Swiss plates. So I don't have the plate right now fixed to this, but it comes by default an Arca Swiss plate. So it fits any internationally branded tripod. So that's a very good thing. You have a plate here fixed, you can fit it on any tripod, any international tripod, not the local ones, but the Arca supported tripods, you can fit it over there. So that is one good thing about these straps. So I would highly recommend going with this. So probably I'm planning of getting a Peak Design bag also, but that is costing around $300. So I don't think that is really for right now. Probably I might not do that. And coming to the upper part of the bag, right? So this is a very small zip for having your batteries or stuff, right? So I have my small charger, the USB. So this is from my HTC phone from a decade back. And then if I open this up, right? So this here is my vlogging kit. So this is a really important one. So this is a vlogging kit that I have. So this is a GoPro Hero 5 that I have inside of this case. And this tripod and this case is from Ulanzi. You can get it for a very cheap rate online. And then I bought this GoPro Hero mic adapter. So this is one thing that sucks in the GoPro is you need to buy a separate adapter for your mic. So this cost me around 5,000 rupees. And then I bought an Saramonic mic. So this costed me around 1,800 rupees, and this is really great. This small mic is something that you guys need to have for sure, because if you're planning to vlog, this is the best thing you can do. And I don't suggest vlogging on a camera like this, because this is really heavy on you. Generally when you wear it on your shoulder itself, you feel the heft of it. But this is really super light, and it is very handy, and it has a very wild field of view. You don't get that wild field there. But the only problem with this is you will not get an bokeh behind you, like if you can see right now if I'm closing on, and you can see a light bokeh at the back, but you won't get that on this camera, right? But anyways, having said that, this Ulanzi tripod and this thing, so this also extends. If I can show you, it extends till a very long bit, right? It extends very long, and that is very good. So this is on my GoPro. So I vlog with this most of the time. Sometimes I vlog with my iPhone or my Samsung phone, so it depends on where I am. And apart from that, I have this I just put this here. So this is my pouch with my small cameras, right? So this actually the GoPro, when it is not in the Ulanzi case, it goes in this pack. If I can just open it, right, you can see there's an GoPro Telsin bag. So this, I think I got it for really very cheap online for around 200-300 rupees. I think you can get that online for in Amazon, and it really protects your GoPro from all the scratches and all. It also has a small case for so it also has some space. It also has a space for your memory cards and all. So this is the side case that I've removed because I wanted to plug the GoPro mic adapter and the mic. So this is something that you need to remove it off. And then apart from that, in this, the next big camera is this. So this is my Insta360 1x2. So this is my Insta360 1x2. So I just got this before Ladakh because I just wanted to have a great. So this is my next camera. This is an Insta360. So I just got it before Ladakh because I wanted to have a really 360 view of my memories, right? So I just wanted to buy a drone basically. But what happened was last year, just before I traveled to Ladakh, there was a bomb attack by some terrorist on using a drone, and drone has really become a very risky affair nowadays. So I don't suggest anyone taking a drone to Ladakh. Probably you can take it, but only use it in really areas where there are no people around, right? So you have many of those areas around, but I think take it at your own risk. So I still have the itch to get a drone for myself, but again, this does a really great job. But the clarity of this is still okay, only for YouTube purpose and all. It is almost 5.3K 360, so it is decent. It is decent at best, but I think the footage that comes out of this is really amazing. So it almost comes like something like a drone sort of thing, right? So if you have watched my vlogs in the previously, specifically Ladakh and probably my recent vlogs, I have used this very extensively in Ladakh as well. So I think if you want to see the snaps of this, please follow me on Instagram and watch all my videos on YouTube on Ladakh. I think this has some great capability of shooting some great 360 two lenses. So each 180 degrees, one over here and one the other side. So it captures a 360 sphere of 5.3K, and that is not a great resolution because it is a whole sphere. So you can imagine this as a sphere and it has a 5.3K. So basically you might get around 1080p 30 fps video crop out of it, but that is still decent enough for the kind of content you get on this. It's still decent, but I think the next versions would be a little better because I would really like them to bump up the resolution of the video that comes out of this, right? But still, this is a great buy if you're not into drones and all. You don't have to even frame your shot. You have just to plug it in your plug in your selfie stick, or probably you can even have seen a bullet shots on my Instagram or my YouTube video. So slow motion shots, they're really amazing. I think this does some great editing, and the software setup and the software support that you get from Insta360 is also great. You have hundreds of tutorials on how you can use this video in multiple ways. So this is one great addition to your camera gear. If you're traveling anywhere, you can get really amazing shots. More importantly, you can get more smooth cinematic shots if you are very careful about how you're editing your video. So that's on the Insta360, guys. So apart from the main camera gear that I have, I think there are a couple of things that you might need to know. Is I have this Monocam mic that I actually plugged it in my helmet when I connected my GoPro to the helmet. So I just didn't fix it to the helmet because the helmet was a rented helmet from Trilophilia itself. So I just had an temporary kind of a jugaad for plugging my GoPro in, and then I plugged in this phone over there, and then I have a lot of ND filters that I use. Right, then I think that's about it, guys, mostly. And this has all my biking gear, so the biking kind of stuff that I have, right? The mounts on the bikes and all, I have all those. So this is my GoPro chest mount. So I just put it on the chest when I'm driving, or probably when I'm doing some action activities. This was good. This is my head mount. So this is what I wore when I went for river rafting in Leh. This is really amazing, but be careful that this is just a headband, so you need to be careful that this doesn't slip out. So this is a little risky. This is safe because this is on your chest, and then this is this is for the bike. So you just put it on your hand over here, and then the GoPro stays over, so you get a very unique angle on this. And this is just a bike handle mount, so I don't want to open this and show you anyways. And this is one nice Yongnuo Flash that I had bought long time ago for my indoor photography, just for portraits and all. It is a decent manual flash. I got it for around 6,000 rupees from AliExpress back then, but I think now you have many more options for that, right? And then the last but not the least, this is a Rode microphone. So this is for recording video on my Nikon, but the sad part is the Nikon D750 video sucks. You know, the video quality is really great. It is a true 35mm video, but the only problem is the autofocus in it is very bad. It has a lot of problem with this focus peaking and all, so you get a lot of focus noise also in the video, so it is not a good experience to do that, right? So you have to use only manual focus, and for that you have to buy a whole gear and another extra person to handle it. So I don't think it is worth buying an DSLR for video for sure. So that was my gear, guys. So this is what I always take with me. The only things that I avoid when I'm traveling by flight or probably by car, you know, when I'm not doing a bike stunt, is my bike accessories. But I do, but if I think that I'm doing some adventure activities, I definitely take the chest mount and the head mount for the GoPro, because you would have seen in my YouTube also that there are some, I did some parasailing in Manali, in Rohtang Pass, I think three years back, and last year also we did river rafting using this, and probably next year I'm planning to go bungee jumping and all in Rishikesh. So I think this is really great, right? This stuff is really very great, and the sad part is I'm actually selling my D750 off. The reason being, this is a pure photography camera. I really love it. I'm having a really great time parting away with it, because I had really great memories with this camera in the last few years, and it's a really amazing camera for photography. But on the other end, the video is the experience with video is really bad. The quality is good, but the autofocus and all really makes it very hard to use it as a video camera, right? So I don't want to buy another Sony camera with a video. Already right now, if you can say, I have 3 cameras that I have, that I travel with around. And one last thing that I forgot to show you is this. So this is a selfie stick that I use with my Insta360. So this is a selfie stick that I use with my Insta360. So this extends too good, and you can also fix it on your bike. This is one great addition to your. And I have an Insta360 bullet time also. So this is a bullet time cord for the Insta360. So I just put the camera in bullet time and just use this cord to rotate the camera, and you get really amazing shots with that, right? You want to see my Instagram for that. And then so that's about the camera, guys. So this is, I'm parting away with this because of this video capabilities. Already right now I'm traveling with 3 cameras. Wherever I go, I can't have a 4th camera with me, so that will be a bigger pain for me. So I want an hybrid camera right now that tackles both photography and video as well. So I will be taking a decision on what to get next. So it will be a full frame for sure. It will be Sony for sure. I just need to take a call on which model I need to buy. So that's about what's in my camera, guys. Hope you like this vlog. Please do like, share and subscribe, and comment below on what you thought of my camera again. And if you have any questions specifically on what you need to carry, what you need, anything on camera, photography, video, anything, probably I'm the guy. Please reach out to me. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye.